Man, listen, for the life of me, right? I can't understand. For so many years, the Eminem was beat down and ridiculed, and people that thought Eminem owed them the world. Eminem ain't do shit for the city. He ain't from Detroit. Then he from Detroit. First he ain't from Detroit, then he from Detroit. Oh, we can't relate to that type of shit. We can't relate to that type of rap. You know what I'm saying? And what he do for us? He ain't so look, nigga, what is you doing for you? What I'm trying to say now is the niggas that made it, who talked all that shit about what Eminem ain't do. Eminem ain't do shit for the hood. That's all I heard out of every rapping ass nigga mouth. Said two things. What did Eminem do for us? I can't relate to him. You can't relate to fucking Eminem. So you can't relate to another motherfucker that's from the ghetto of Detroit. Mother on drugs. They came across a drug problem. They into it with their bitch every day. They lost the closest person to him, which was his uncle. So you can't relate to losing friends, going through poverty shit, mother on drugs, just the different shit that goes on in the city. You can't relate to that is what you saying. But you can relate to the street lords, right? I can relate to these niggas, though. Some silver spoon niggas, right? That turned drug dealers, rappers, right? You can relate to that, though. See, you don't even be knowing what you relating to. How can you not? How can you say that's the fucked up part for a nigga to say you can't relate to that? Just say you don't like the nigga because he white and he rapping, but you can't all that. How can you not relate to what he's saying? The nigga who can't relate to anything that's real. What the fuck is you talking about? So y'all niggas can't relate to popping pills. I heard a rapper tomorrow. I don't know about that popping pill. All y'all perk popping motherfucker. What you think he talking about? It's just an excuse to be hate. And then the thing was, niggas talking about something. Well, you know, Eminem, nigga, he put on his people. So Eminem did everything that by standard a real nigga should do. When you come up from the city, you rapping, who you do? You bring your niggas with you that's around you that rap. He did exactly that, right? It's not up to him to put the whole video. He don't own no goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Fuck, he's supposed to put on every nigga that, fuck these other niggas. I put on my niggas. Y'all niggas making the way. Put your goddamn selves on. What the fuck you mean? I brung who I can. How the fuck you? Look at the other niggas. Fuck you mean? Listen, look at the niggas. Everybody was like, why he ain't put on rock bottom? Why he ain't put on street lord? Them niggas supposed to have kicked the door down first. Do you think they would have brung him if they would, if you know what I'm saying? If it was in reverse, do you think if any of them niggas would have made it, do you think in reverse they would have did the favor? So I don't be getting what niggas be saying, this ignorant ass shit, this rhetoric, man. Then y'all become, now y'all seeing y'all favorite rappers, these niggas that y'all looking up to ain't what they say they are. So you saying what you can't relate to over here, but do you relate to these niggas? You know what I'm saying? These niggas that you think that's gangster, that come from nothing, that come from the ghetto, really came from good homes. They people gave them every fucking thing, my nigga. These are facts, right? They people who had money, gave them everything. What my uncle used to say, you know you got it good when your daddy rich and your mama good looking. That's these niggas, right? They come up and you can tell the way some of these niggas talk, my nigga, that they not cut like that. You know what I'm saying? They just happen to come, like I tell you, plugs fall in many different niggas' laps. Every drug dealer is not a real nigga. Stop mixing the two. Stop mixing the two. Everybody think just because a nigga sell dope and make some money, my nigga, that he just a nigga that got it out the mud. You know how many motherfucker fathers, uncles, cousins, the plug, or a nigga fucking a bitch and they people to plug, and now you got bricks for cheap, bowls for cheap, heroin for cheap, and you like, shit, you want to be a drug dealer anyway, right? You listening to all this rap, so when you, fuck it. Okay, it's easy to hustle. I got a cousin out of Arkansas, 2 in Alabama, 1 in Philadelphia. These niggas, they buying bricks a piece. So that's how it go. So next thing you know, you hustling, making money all the time, nigga. You went in a crack house in the 80s selling crack and then moved up the bricks, and that's how they be thinking, niggas. These niggas just happen to stumble across a plug, knew a few niggas. Now they rapping about this shit and combine the two together and it make it look good. And you looking at this shit like these niggas killers, these niggas this, And there was so many rumors, because now we on the street lore subject. And I'm going to tread this water lightly, right? I'm going to let Dogface do that rest of that shit. Niggas thought these niggas was like mythological creatures, my nigga. For real. Nigga, like Wine was a mythological creature. It was so much shit said about Wine. Wine give niggas work, then he turn around and rob them, take it back. Wine did. I ain't going to say some of the shit I done heard, right? And you know why? And I see why they say that about Wine, right? And it's a good thing because Wine keep his fucking mouth shut. I ain't never seen that nigga do too many interviews. I've never seen him talk a lot, but rap. Just like with this situation that's going on right now in the city, right? You know, Wine can be the only one, because, dog, he done destroyed Jesse James. Jesse James had destroyed his fucking self. It's over for him. It's done. The rap shit, the legendary shit is all over. That shit done. He did it to his fucking self and was going to do himself bold from what I hear. He was about to do himself even worse from what I hear. Just lucky he got some niggas around to be like, look, bro, you can't just talk and say any fucking thing. You really gonna fuck yourself. You better be lucky. Like now, it's somebody around him that's keeping him from getting to the internet. Like, leave that internet shit alone. I guarantee you, because if it was up to him, he would be back on this motherfucker. That nigga destroyed. Fucking, what's the other nigga name? The G-Rock. Done. That nigga was shaking. Man, god damn, dog. You let a nigga just call and talk to you any fucking kind of way. See, these niggas, like dogs say, you throw rocks and then hide your hand. So on the call, G-Rock pillow talking to a bitch. And the bitch told Dogface. I guess that's what happened. Or some shit. However it went, something that nigga said, he got to Dogface. So Dogface, like a man, called the nigga up. Like, oh, y'all niggas want a pillow talk? Dog, no, I don't want no trouble. This. So nigga, how can you didn't even hang the phone up on a nigga. You was scared. The nigga was scared to hang the phone up on a nigga, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? At least cuss at the nigga. I mean, I ain't saying start no shit. I ain't saying this. Who the fuck gonna sit and argue with a nigga that called me? I understand that part. But goddamn, like, man, at least, man, like, I mean, at least be like, man, get the fuck off my phone and hang up. Like, but even if you scared, goddamn, don't just go out like, yes, sir, no, sir. Get the fuck out of here, man. So all that shit is over. You know what I'm saying? But Wine can skate this shit. And you know why Wine can skate through this shit? Because no matter what's said about him, my nigga, no matter what, he's quiet. He's quiet, right? So the best response is a no response all the time, man. Keeping your mouth shut is the best thing to do. Wine can skate right through this shit smooth. His shit ain't tarnished. These niggas that keep talking and running their fucking mouth and want to go back and forth, these the niggas that's getting destroyed. They skirt coming up, my nigga. And that's just real shit. But I'm going to tell y'all this about that situation. Jesse James did exactly what Boosie did to Rollo. He stamped what niggas already been hearing, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just like Boosie's, when they was like, Rollo was ratting and ratting, niggas, even when his man got up and said all that shit, he could have got past that. But when Boosie, a big dog, said, no, I think that nigga fucking with them people. That's what made the world go in a frenzy about the rat. Then he come out, he won't shut the fuck up about it. And the more he talked, the worse niggas dogging him. If he would have just shut the fuck up, he would have walked through this shit just like Wine doing. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the Jesse James shit. It was always speculation and whispers on the street that Wine had something to do with that Blaze shit. And I'm not saying, I'm just telling you, nigga, if I heard this type of shit, you from Detroit, you heard the shit too. When Jesse James got up there and said that shit, it stamped it, my nigga. And who the fuck would make some shit up like that? But that shit right there that happened between them could bring deadly consequences, dog. That's some police ass shit by itself. To get on there and say that shit, knowing that the police might already be looking into that, to say that shit on the airwaves is bad by itself. That's not only is it police, my nigga, but just think about all the people who, but really, you know who would make it look worse on? it make it look worse on Jesse fucking James. Because he said it himself. He said it his motherfucking self, my nigga. No, that shit ain't true. How would I look hanging around a nigga for 20 years knowing he did that to my... You did it. Well, you did it. You said it yourself. How would I look hanging around a nigga for 20 years knowing he killed my best friend? And then, nigga, you did it. The shit that came out your motherfucking mouth was not nothing you made up, my nigga. This actually occurred. Because who would say, nigga, you grown as a motherfucker, my nigga? Who would say some incriminating ass shit like that and fucked up shit like that? And the reason you said it, because you know that people already thought that. And you was putting a stamp on it, my nigga. And you did. And that was the thing about the Jesse James interview. It was so much backtracking. It was crazy. I talked to Dogface, right? And I was actually on the phone with him when he say, look, I got the Dre Carter, you know, I don't even know who the fuck that nigga is. Never heard of him. So, you know, I was like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? And then next day, he was like, hold on. I call you back, Blue. Next thing you know, the next morning I woke up, I look on my phone, it's in my inbox. Boom, the interview or whatever, right? And I just was listening to that shit like, man, look how out of control this shit can do. This thing, 60 seconds short of a nigga caught in his feelings, this shit can stir up so much shit through the city. Detroit, they've already been through so much bullshit. Man, these young niggas now is getting to the money. They sticking together. They loving each other. If it's any beef, my nigga, it's in-house. Ain't none of that shit hitting no internet. They boxing it out right there. East or west, nigga. Y'all gonna handle this shit. Whatever, y'all, fuck it. It ain't gonna be no violence. Y'all niggas just ain't gonna talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it was. Y'all have to stay away from each other. But we came too far and we get money. It's better. See, niggas wanted to be wannabes back there. Everybody seen that pop big shit. It was like niggas had to fall out with other niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because when Jesse James was talking about how they fell out with the rock bottom shit, that was some arrogant ass shit. Well, they said this, so we thought it was them, so we rapped about them. And that's how the beef came about. But that beef became deadly. But what's crazy about that part two is I heard that the rap beef had nothing to do with none of them niggas dying, my nigga. And so this the perked outest thing. Y'all let the world think that just for views and sales, y'all niggas is dropping and y'all making it seem like each other done it. Now, usually in a rap game, it's the opposite way. Two rappers beefing, it be a nigga from the outside. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's confusing to me. But it just, you know, it's just amazing to me to find out that Tough Tone ain't had nothing to do with none of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? At all these years, they act like this nigga was a villain and this. Nah, it's amazing to me, my nigga. But man, it just fucked up on the Detroit rap scene. Like now I know a lot of people let down. Like this had to be the worst letdown in history. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say you got to watch who you call legends, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, like I said about the Street Lords, man, you know, they did their thing, man. You can't take nothing from them. Rock Bottom did their thing, but they not the only two. We put them in the forefront. The only reason y'all putting Rock Bottom with the Street Lords is because of the beef. I'm telling you, nigga, if they never had that beef, people they like the Street Lord image. Because everybody like that dope boy image, right? Everybody want that killer, that dope nigga image, yada, yada, yada. They was the, whatever you want to call it, they the poster board of getting money, right? Rapping and getting money. Independent niggas, yada, yada, yada. People love that shit. But when you peel down the layers and you start really looking at these niggas and who they really are, you start thinking like, damn, this who I'm following? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to leave that shit right there. I can go off into it and get to saying this and about this, but I keep telling everybody about this Detroit rap shit. When you want to say legend, my nigga, you have to put hell of a name out there. Because when you think about Detroit rap music in a whole, think about the music then and now. Think about Detroit rap music. What do the old from the street lords, when they rock bottoms, all the rappers in between that tried to kick the dough down, and the rappers now that kick the dough down, what do they all have in common, my nigga? Helluva made this beat, baby. You see what I'm saying? Helluva put this bitch on his back, my nigga. He made this what it was. His name, once you heard that stamp that Helluva made this beat, I mean, that's a legendary nigga right there. And he a good nigga. If you know Helluva, you know ain't nothing fake about him. He ain't no funny acting nigga. He cool motherfucker, man. But yeah, dog, this shit is crazy, man. But like I say, anyway, that Jesse James shit, that fucked up a lot of shit. And then I just hope it don't get too bad. This shit'll die down, hopefully, man. The best thing, like I say, to do, like Wine doing the best thing, just to be quiet. Cause as soon as he open his motherfucking mouth and say something, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, his best bet is just ignore that shit. But it got to be fucked up. Like my man said, I got to call Lil Blade. That nigga said, I got to call Lil Blade and let him know that Wine didn't say that, man. You think, like, that got to be, that's hard on the kid, man. This nigga he probably called his nigga uncle. He probably heard the same rumors. You know what I'm saying? And then for a nigga like this to say that, yeah, that shit all types of bad, man. But look, you know what's crazy? So many rappers go unnoticed, my nigga. Like so many cold ass rappers, like Malik, man, from the East Side. Malik was cold blooded, my nigga. It's like so many rappers that had talent back then, man. It was so many. Look, you had, what's that nigga name? All White Buffies. What's that? I liked that Rich Ken. You had the Lies Boys. You had it was so many motherfuckers, my nigga. Cash Out was another sweet nigga. But ain't no nigga in the city. I'ma say this and I'm about to get the fuck off this bitch. Ain't no nigga fucking with my dog. If y'all want to hear a rapper, like, you know how when Suge got on stage, y'all, you know, when he was talking that shit, I'm telling you, if y'all want to hear a rapper that's talking real shit, that everything that he's saying, I know he do. Go listen to a nigga from Schoolcraft named K.A., my nigga. That's a rapper. That's my dog. But the rap shit and our friendship, two different things. You know what I'm saying? The rap is that I listen to it. You know what I'm saying? I've been with him to the studio, but it's, man, the nigga is sick. And it's like, man, it's like, I don't understand. Niggas are bow for hard to these fake ass niggas that's make-believe, you know, writing make-believe shit on paper. And here this nigga go telling his real life story, my nigga. And it's like niggas ain't catching on to it. They like fake niggas for some reason. I just don't understand. Niggas love these fraudulent ass niggas out here. These make-believe niggas. These niggas ain't living how they rap. I mean, they ain't rapping how they live. They trying to live how they rap, my nigga. And I keep saying this. So if y'all want to hear a real nigga that I'm telling you word for word, this nigga who he say is, go check out my nigga K.A. And that's real life shit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just saying that because that's my dog. That nigga is the Rick Ross, the Jeezy of Detroit, my nigga. And he fucks with Helluva heavy. So check him out, my nigga. And I'm just saying that being real. That's how my heart. If me and that nigga fall out today, nigga, I still gonna stand on what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I feel, my dog. But yeah, we can't let this whole shit, this bullshit, this rat shit that just came out, my nigga, that destroy us, my nigga. Because that shit that Jesse James just did, it was wrong than a motherfucker. I was like, man, I ain't really gonna speak on this shit, yada, yada, yada. But that really was some fuck shit. I gotta give my opinion about it, my nigga. And I'm so glad, dog, nigga, everybody need a dog face. Real talk, my nigga. Everybody need a dog face out here, my nigga. A nigga that ain't scared to stand up to no nigga and pull a skirt off these niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, nigga, y'all niggas, y'all lying, you fraudulent. This is some bullshit. All Dogface doing is saying what niggas is thinking. And a lot of niggas, I be watching these little podcasts and shit that I be going through, these Detroit podcasts, they all speak humbly about this situation. Because niggas know how niggas is. Dogface can be out here start some shit. They won't fuck with him, but they'll catch you out in the street and try to, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's a lot of flunkies out here. So I see niggas treading lightly on this shit. And it's in your own city, so you don't want to get no shit stirred up. But, nigga, it is what it is, my nigga. He hold the shit out of G-Rock. It ain't no coming back from that. It ain't no excuses. Don't no nigga want to hear it. You didn't even raise your voice. You didn't say nothing, nigga. The fucked up part, you didn't even hang up the phone. The nigga was like he was scared to even hang up the phone, my nigga. Listen to that conversation, bro. There's no coming back from that. All that tough shit, all that whatever. So first thing out of nigga mouth is, man, I'm not going to argue with no nigga. Real killers don't talk no way. And y'all get, man, that nigga. Come on, my nigga. That was a bad look right there. You know what I'm saying? That Jesse James shit, man, he want a nigga to take the podcast down and all that shit. You said the shit. And then the fucked up part, let me get back into this. The fucked up part about the shit is you was on there. I would be mad than a motherfucker to call me out and say, if my podcast was big or whatever, right? And you like, anybody who want to know the real story, who backdoor Blade, who backdoor Wipeout, come to me. I'm going to tell everything and how the street lords. So everybody, they open their ears. Okay, that's all niggas like is gossip and shit. Motherfuckers want to hear this shit. So if I book you to come on my motherfucking show, my nigga, whether I pay you or whatever it may be, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You come on my show and you tell me that you going to say all this shit. And then I ask you about it. You tell me that shit was clickbait. The fuck you mean it's clickbait? So why you here sitting on my goddamn, why you wasting my time then, nigga? So then it go from that it was clickbait to you telling this shit. You know what I'm saying? It was fucked up. You didn't even say it on a podcast. You waited and did another whole fucking thing. You could have did that shit on my podcast, nigga. You know, we could have ran the numbers up. If you was going to really do it, then you did this shit. But everything the nigga was saying, he was backtracking on. Everything he said. No, I was saying. And then he said the reason he backtracked off the shit because somebody called him. He said, a motherfucker called him and was like, look, they must have been like, man, what the fuck you mean you gonna tell who backdoor Blade, who black? That's ratting ass shit. So he was like, no, that was, it's just all kind of fucked up, man. But the worst out of all that situation was when that nigga said that shit about wine. That was horrible. That was horrible, my nigga. And to me, my nigga, I'm just gonna be honest, man. That's a sign of a nigga. Sometimes when a nigga fall off and you ain't doing so good, cause you know what I'm saying? That's the actions of that, my nigga. And I don't know. I'm not saying that's the case, but sometimes, my nigga, when you not, you know, you get caught up in your feelings because everybody else quiet. You know what I'm saying? It's like you fucked up a whole legacy out of nowhere. Like, didn't nobody give two fucks? Who even? I had to go look for the shit that Wine put up there. I didn't even know. Even if I would have heard that little rap shit, I wouldn't even knew he was talking about you. So that means that you must be really looking at what this man doing for you to even catch on to it, to even respond to it. Then you go publicly and respond to it, which, you know, niggas don't do. We supposed to be teaching the kids about this YouTube shit. And here we is, damn near 50 fucking years old, about to start a war in the city over some shit that happened 50 years ago. It's a bad look, man. I'd rather listen to some fucking Emenim. I'm out of here.